Something. Why he picked on me, I don't know. Probably
you're the oldest.
I'm the oldest. Yeah. Anyway, Fred's put a lot of work into this reunion, and it's been helped a lot by Graham Howard. I would like to thank, on your behalf, thank them both for the good job they've done.
Yeah. Very good.
Is the second
well done, Graham.
reunion of the Raiding Squadron, as I know it. First, did you say? Second. Right. Believe that. This is the second reunion. The last time was at Wagamama's in the Royal William Yard, which I entered 40 years ago, and there was a pile of equipment in the big bare room. I was told that my brief was to write the equipment table for rubber boats and rigid raiding craft to land a company of 100 or a company of men on the beach. It terrified me in the end, but in the fact that 6 months later, once they'd built round us, the dockyard, they built the base round us, and I tell you what, we had some bloody good fun. I tell you. The people who were in the original one, there's a lot of controversy, and then when Roger Dillon and Dave McDowell joined the pool with the other section, and we expanded into one raiding squadron, which I'll deal with a bit later, and once we got over that, we had some, apart from the commitments in Norway and Northern Ireland, we had some, I'm not saying anything, wonderful trips to Malta and the West Indies and Scotland, and even the, what they call it, Navy Days, the displays, 16 boats to have charge of them, charging round and thinking of a display. And I think in all the years we did it, we had some bloody good fun. I think we only ever had one accident, and we cut it a bit close.
Yeah, I remember that. That's why it looks like that.
I suppose you just spoil it.
We did skate on thin ice a few times, and we all glide over that, and nothing will be said, but they were good fun. But much of it's been said about the history of the Raiding Squadron, and we perhaps can clarify some of it tonight. It's the fact that 60 years ago, in the 50s, I remember coming out of being stationed in Stonehorse Barracks on the CT Commando Training expert team or something like that. We had blue jumpers on, we used to, and white lanyards, and now obviously you had to have your knife and go walking over Stonehouse Bridge and going down alongside Blagdon's yard, boat yard. And I remember it well because the first time I qualified as a coxswain, I put me on a Sunday morning. The general rang me up and said, could you pick me up at the Canberra, I can't remember what it was, 9 o'clock. And I said, yeah, you know, spruce myself up. And he wanted to go to a banyan on Drake's Island. And I went down to the jetty, and there was the boat about 30 yards short of the water. Well, a right bloody fool. I tell you, I was pretty strong in them days, and I just heaved it, gradually got it to the water, and then when we got in deep water, I sort of went over the side and washed all the mud off and blamed it on the stoker's engine. But the history of the Raiding Squadron, it's been a bit mixed. People keep saying this, and they've done. And a quote I've just had about 60 years ago was a trot full of not raiders. They were dories with a sort of fender on the bow for the recruits, and we used to do it. It was when the recruits did rocky landings at Jennycliff and the cliff climbing. Then we moved from there to the what is it? Over to the new place at the old depot, the Taylor, and we stayed there for a while. But since then, we've got here tonight Matthew Wright and his good lady.
Don't be shy.
He said in the late 60s he formed a raiding squadron in Singapore, and then went on to Hong Kong. So there's bits everywhere. All I remember is actually walking into the old rum store at Rowland Yard and smelling. There was no rum, of course.
Just smell.
Smell. And the atmosphere there, and they built the base around us, so somebody sometime has got to...
Got it right.
And I enjoyed, to be frank with you, messing around your boat. The raiding squadron, the few years I had in Rowland Yard, was probably the highlight of my career. We had some bloody good fun, I tell you. I don't know how I survived it. Anyway, we're going to have a toast to have some friends. And Glenn, where is he? Up there. He's done a CD of people of the past. And we all know people who have gone. In my case, I never expected Dave McDowell, my protege, young sergeant, to go before me. Took Wilson, we remember them all. So if you could think, if you could charge your glasses, and we have a toast to... I was promised rum, I've got port. So have some friends.
Have some
Cheers,
friends.
mate. Cheers, mate.
Where is it?
Well done, boss.
Do you want to sit me there just?
Cheers, mate.
Can I just back up what Ross has said, please? The lads,
Glenn has worked on this video for maybe a month or so, just bits and pieces I threw at him. Unfortunately, the lighting here is too bright for him to show it effectively. So he will put it on the wall and you can wander up and it'll keep repeating itself, and it's just clips of people that have gone. And some of the photographs are really old black and white photographs, are the only ones we could locate. But it will be published or put onto the 1RSRM site at some point in the near future. Maybe Graham will do it or Glenn will do it for us, so you can access it at some point. It's worth looking at. It's a bit of a tearjerker. We put Dire Straits' Brothers in Arms to it, so it makes it even worse. So please have a look at it, see what you think. And if you want a copy of it, we're going to try and make it available for downloading as well. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks to Moss.
Well done, Fred.
Thanks to Graham. He's done a hell of a job.
Well done, Fred.